Footage coming in live from Kansas City of Mahomes being spry. There's a James Palmer clip out there too where he does a little bit of a spin, a little bit of
practicing the ring around the rosy.
Okay, getting ready for it. These practices sure don't seem that intense. I don't know.
There's a walkthrough today.
Well, still, yesterday didn't seem intense.
They're not exactly getting.
They don't let the media stay for the real stuff.
The real hitting.
Mahomes was asked about being an underdog, which he no longer is, but yesterday he was. Take a listen.
Yeah, I mean, every time I walk on that field, I don't think I'm an underdog, especially when I walk on Arrowhead's field. So I just go in with the same mindset of we're going to play our best football to win. We know we're playing a great football team that's beat us the last 3 times. And so we have to learn from our mistakes in the past and be better in order to win against a great football team.
Oh, I like that -1 back next to the Chiefs where it belongs. I told you, America, everyone lost their minds. And my goodness, I hope people, when the Chiefs were underdogs, they were able to grab them on a leg of a teaser. But that's neither here nor there. What does matter is this. Remember a week ago when the narrative was, oh, man, the Bengals against the big, bad Buffalo Bills and that offensive line issues that they have? Well, how are they going to be able to deal with it? But then the Bills had a terrible defensive game plan for the end of the playoffs for the 3rd straight year, and they got no pass rush, and they got shredded, as the Bills like to do this time of season. And I think everyone acted like, oh, the Bengals fixed their issues. No, they didn't. The Bills just didn't have a good plan. The Chiefs, on the other hand, I already explained to you what Mahomes has been in his playoff career. Second most sacks in the league, the Kansas City Chiefs. Second most quarterback pressures in the league, the Kansas City Chiefs. Second most quarterback hits in the league, the Kansas City Chiefs. That's over the course of the season. And you have Chris Jones, who oddly has 0 career playoff sacks, but the reason for that is, aside from some circumstance, he gets double teamed, which allows Frank Clark, who has the 4th most playoff sacks in NFL history, to come screaming around the edge. The problem is if you have a backup guard in, I don't even know if a double team works. So I say all that to say this, Brew. I'm not sure this is going to be the close game everybody thinks it's going to be.
Here we go.
Can I give you one piece of historical data? There have been 12 games post-merger in this round where the point spread's been less than a field goal. 12 conference championship games where Vegas is like, man, it's a pick'em. 2 have been close. 10 have been double-digit wins by one team or the other. So one of these games this weekend, if not both of them, are actually, historically speaking, likely to be blowouts. And what do we know about the Kansas City Chiefs? You can't blow them out. Mahomes has played 92 games. 80, what do you mean? That's every game since
The
the
last one on there is a decade, more than a decade ago.
Guys, I'm
the
just
latest
including
game was more than a decade ago.
Right, I'm including every conference championship game
1970.
with a point spread of less than a field goal since the merger. Okay, well, listen.
Was that George Blanda playing for the Raiders
George
in 1970?
Blanda was pre-merger.
Maybe.
Know your history, Brew.
I think
That's
he was,
embarrassing.
actually.
My
Bob
point
Jones
is this.
maybe quarterbacking for the Colts.
Mahomes has played 92 games, Brew. They have either won or lost by 1 score, 89 of them. 3 times in his career has he lost by more than a score. 3 times in his career. The Super Bowl and then 2 games early last season during the alleged slump.
Right.
That's the complete list. I think the Chiefs' defensive line can dominate the Bengals' offensive line, and I think Mahomes is going to have an all-time performance. I'm not sure this one's going to be close.
I will give you, it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a great game. I don't think the Chiefs should be favored, though. And I'm surprised you're because I thought you were basking in the underdog role. Oh, the disrespect, the disrespected dynasty that really isn't a dynasty, right? That was the top of the tiers. All right. Look, Cincinnati has beaten them 3 straight. And I do, Nick, I do wonder, man, can you really beat an elite team 4 straight times when you're both pretty much on the same level? That does make me wonder. But they have beaten them the last 3 times. Who was more impressive last week? The Bengals.
I mean, the guy had one. It was on one leg.
No, that was good. I'm talking about the whole team.
The Chiefs were playing a tougher quarterback.
To beat Jacksonville. Stop it. They went into Buffalo's house, and I'm not going to say what they did to them, but it was disrespectful.
Yeah.
All right? And so the Bengals were more impressive. Look, obviously Kansas City has a much better pass rush than Buffalo had. All right, so it'll be interesting, that offensive line battle. But I was kind of impressed. I don't know if that was Buffalo's just terrible play or the Bengals offense. Look how they ran the ball, though, Nick. It wasn't just pass protection. Look at how they ran the ball against Buffalo. Buffalo's defense is better than Kansas City's defense overall.
Not come the
Bengals should be favored.
Can I tell you something? I heard, because I heard, Burrow saying, can you beat a team 4 straight times? And, you know what I didn't hear in any of that? Much bass in his voice. It sounded a lot like, you know what it reminded me of, Burrow?
Always kick the bass.
You know what it reminded me a lot of? Your meek pick of the Bills over the Bengals. When you didn't really have your heart in it.
I knew it was going to be a tough match.
Oh, look at him.
I might be picking the Chiefs. I have not named my pick.
You are picking the Chiefs. We all know.
Really?
Yes, we.
Oh, yeah.
We'll save it for tomorrow.
Yes, I'm saving it. You don't know.
Brew, we worked together for 2 years. When you feel confident about something, you point at the camera, you say, I believe in you. You brought your F game. I'm not even. This one, you're just sitting back and you're like,
it's not
last game, Kelsey had 4 catches for 56 yards. That's not that good. I'm a little bit concerned about
Wiles. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Okay, by the way, America, you can get the Chiefs -6.5 at +200. I'm just saying you might want to jump
Also, on Fox Bet Live. No, is that
Fox
the show?
Bet. It's just Fox Bet.
Just Fox Bet. You can also bet if Broussard is picking the Chiefs or the Bengals.
And right now the Chiefs are -350.
A lot of money coming in.
Remember where I'm from. I'm just saying.
You're from everywhere.
I know, but not Kansas City. Never been to Kansas City. Never lived there.
A.J. Brown discusses his kind of pouting move.
Did you say you've never been to Kansas City?
During the Bills game, some enthusiastic Bengals told NFL cameras, we'll see you in Burrowhead instead of Arrowhead. It's supposed to be Arrowhead, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
They said Burrowhead.
Won there once.
Cincy fans have adopted the moniker, and Travis Kelce doesn't like it. Take a listen.
Getting everybody fired up. We are the loudest stadium in the world on record. 142 decibels.
Did you guys break the record this week?
I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to break it this week because a lot of Cincinnati Bengals fans are calling it Burrowhead instead of Arrowhead.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The disrespect to Arrowhead continues.
They're throwing a lot of bulletin board material out there.
Oh, the old bulletin board material.
Renaming your stadium.
Bastardizing the name, if you will.
Okay.
Wow. Can I listen? You know who's not giving any bulletin board material? And we'll get some quotes from him later. Joe Burrow. You know why? Because Joe Burrow's not only a smart player and a great player, but he understands the challenge at hand. And I feel like the Cincinnati Bengals and the entirety of the NFL media and a lot of gamblers, at least at one point in time, but they're finding their bearings here as of late, also have forgotten who the hell's on the other side of the ball.
There we go. He's kind of swearing already.
And I would like to just remind America this. We've seen Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs 5 years. His first playoff year ever, 2018, he scored 24 fourth-quarter points against Bill Belichick and the Patriots, including a drive with less than 30 seconds to force overtime, and then didn't get the coin flip, lost the game. And you know what? They didn't go crying to Daddy Goodell and ask for the rules to be changed.
You guys cry a lot about that game. You cry about that game all the time.
The very next year, Brew, and I know you agree with this because you think he's the most talented quarterback ever.
Yes.
The very next year, 3 times down by double digits, including 24-point comeback in the first playoff game and scoring 21 consecutive points in less than 6 minutes of the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl. The very next year, blew out the competition in the AFC title game and then played, I tweeted out the video today, an amazing Super Bowl from his back against the Bucs that the numbers do not do justice what he did. Brew agrees.
I watched it as the Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah. And then you would check my Twitter for what the Bucs players were saying during the game. And then last year, scored 42 and 42 and then had the half from hell. And now this year had the football version of the flu game already in these playoffs. And now he gets a chance for revenge. He's been bad in one half of one playoff game ever. And it was against this team in this round a year ago. And they are going to give him extra motivation. They are going to poke the bear even more. Good luck, Cincinnati. Cincinnati and I have been on friendly terms all year. I promoted Joe Burrow.
No more.
Well, they're pushing their luck here, Brew.